I'm Bill Gray. I've been a motorcyclist since 1958. I'm a Charter Life member of the American Motorcyclists Association, and I've been a member of the J&P Cycle family for over 20 years. I want to talk to you today a little bit about tires. I can think of no other component on a motorcycle that is more important to your safety, your comfort, and your well-being than a good set of tires. Tires come in a wide variety of sizes. They come in different speed ratings. They come with different load ratings. But in effect, when the manufacturer built your motorcycle, he built it with a particular size tire in mind. So probably of all the factors that go into buying a set of tires, the most important factor is that you replace the size that came on it with a size that is of equal dimensions. A little bit of tire knowledge here. Everything you need to know about that tire is written and displayed right on the tire itself. Let's begin with the name of the manufacturer. This is a Dunlop tire. Their tread pattern, this is referred to as the E3 or the Elite 3, and that refers to a specific tread pattern that Dunlop has developed. Next, we see the size of the tire indicated, and actually there's much more than tire size here. For example, this is a 180/70 R16. 180 describes the width of the tire, while 70 represents the aspect ratio, that being the relationship between the height of the tire and the width of the tire. The R preceding 16 means that this is a radial tire. And finally, 16 indicates that the diameter of the rim on which this tire is to be installed is a 16-inch rim. Finally, we have the letters MC. Most of our tire manufacturers manufacture tires for all applications. This particular one is a motorcycle application. Very important that motorcycle tires end up on motorcycles as opposed to car tires or something else. Last but not least, these digits are extremely important. This 77 indicates the load rating of this tire. And 77, if you look in our J&P catalog, tells us that this is designed for a maximum load, riders and luggage, of 908 pounds. Load ratings run in about 20 to 23 pound increments. So the next higher rating would be for 930 to 935 pounds. And finally, again, extremely important, following the 77 is the letter H. H indicates that the speed rating for this particular tire is up to 130 miles an hour. Now, even though few of us will ever exceed the speed limit by any substantial margin, the growing popularity of track days, our customers being able to take their motorcycles out to the track, either drag race them or road race, if you will, suddenly makes this a very, very important number. You obviously wouldn't want to take a 100-mile-an-hour tire to a track day where you're likely to exceed speeds of 120, 130. The last two things we want to talk about tires, and these things are extremely important. Tire pressure. Tire pressure controls everything. If it's proper, it controls the amount of heat that builds up in the tire. If you're running it with low tire pressure, you're asking for trouble. Excessive heat builds up, it affects the cords, it affects the very construction of the tire. So it is extremely important. The inflation rates are on the tire. They're also in your owner's manual. Very, very, very important. If you want to get the maximum life out of a set of tires, that you run the tire pressure that the manufacturer recommends. So your big choice is, are you looking for a tire that's going to give you great mileage, or are you looking for a tire that's going to give you great traction and performance? Because those two aren't always compatible. Obviously, a tire designed to give you a long life and high mileage, usually made of a much harder compound. It wears more slowly. But in order to do that, doesn't have quite the grip that a much softer tire might have. So what's your choice? What's your pleasure? Do you want high mileage, or would you prefer to get better performance, better grip? Last but not least, we get a lot of questions about putting tubeless tires on tube type rims. And it can be done, but you need to check a couple of things out very carefully. If you're going to put an inner tube inside a tubeless radial tire, you're going to alter the speed rating for this tire. In other words, it's not going to be rated for nearly as high a speed as it would be if you used the tubeless application. So check with us when you get ready to order a set of tires. If you're going to put a tube in a tubeless tire, visit with one of our techs and make sure you get the straight story. The other thing about that is simply this: never, ever, ever reuse a tube on a tube type tire. Tubes are designed for a relatively short life. They age, they grow hard under extreme use. They actually wear. So it's very important every time you change your tires, if you're going with a tube type, make sure you order a new set of tubes when you do that. And by the way, those tires, those tubes, great prices. Check us out at www.jpcycles.com. This is Bill Gray, and we look forward to seeing you in another segment.